Without Black history, do you know how many inventions would be accredited to white folk doing? And most of the inventions out here were done by Black people.
Oh, so fabulous.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel once again. It's your girl Dumebi. If this is your first time stumbling across my channel, you're welcome. I do hope you decide to subscribe, and if you are a returning subscriber, you guys know that I love you. It's so good to have you here. Welcome back. How are you all doing today? Are we doing good? So today's video, we have a repeat offender. This is someone that I've talked about on this channel before, and this guy, I feel like his whole TikTok page is dedicated to just sparking up conversations that he knows Black people are going to be triggered by. Because it's almost like if I run into him, maybe I'm just randomly scrolling, I'll see somebody making a reply to one of his videos or something, like he always has something to say.
So before we get right into this video, I just want to drop this disclaimer here. This video is strictly for educational purposes. Please do not go searching out the person or the people that I talk about in this video. Do not send them any form of hate speech, threats, violence. This channel does not support any of that. This is strictly for educational purposes.
So let me play what he said this time around.
If you're so concerned that white children are going to feel bad because history happened and they happen to be white, how do you think Black kids are feeling?
I think Black kids are feeling just fine, and I think white kids are feeling just fine. Because kids, I truly believe, are not inherently racist, like the left wants us to believe. I don't think white kids are born bad. I don't think Black kids are born oppressed, and vice versa. I don't understand why this is such a narrative that the left wants to impose on our children. They have gone to lengths to say that Black history is not being taught in our schools anymore. To the teachers out there watching this on TikTok, I know you're there. Please tell me if you are banning Black history, because I can guarantee you that is just simply not happening. And if we truly want equality, we need to get rid of Black History Month, Hispanic History Month, all these different months that are dedicated to specific races. America is made up of numerous cultures, and there's not enough months to honor each one of them. So it's truly not equal.
So you guys saw that video. For those who don't know the video that I'm talking about that I did, is this one right here. It was just a compilation of many things he had said. So if you are interested, you can check that one out later. So this time around, this guy basically was talking about Black History Month as a whole. He sees no reason why there should be a month set aside to celebrate any particular race, because that is unfair, and he thinks maybe it's racist. I really cannot fathom this guy's thought process, but let me just play what people had to say about what he said.
How do you think Black kids are feeling?
I think Black kids are feeling just...
Is this how they do it on TikTok? First of all, how do you know how we feel? How do you know how it feels to be in a classroom and they discuss how you come from boats and being owned? You tell me how you think that's felt for the last 40 years I've been in school. You tell me. You tell me how it feels to find out I wasn't even a whole person until 1960 on government books. You tell me how you feel. You know why you don't know? Because you're not Black, and you'll never know. So speak on the life you live. Stop speaking on mine, because you're not Black, so you don't know. That's it.
Happening. And if we truly want equality, we need to get rid of Black History Month, Hispanic History Month.
As a moderate, I try to give the right the benefit of the doubt, but nope, it's their white naivete that gets in the way. And no, banning these months will not unite. They will further alienate the people who felt like they had been left out of American history. If you want people of different cultures and colors want to be part of the American history, you need to acknowledge what they have contributed to this country. And you know what we are tired of? The sugarcoating of all the white atrocities that have been committed in this country. Furthermore, anytime we try to teach our history, we have always been gaslighted for it. Which is why us people of color and other cultures say, hey, every month is White History Month anyways, because you guys can't handle even 1 second being away from the spotlight.
Not happening. And if we truly want equality, we need to get rid of Black History Month, Hispanic History Month.
Because people such as yourself do not ever want to see America as flawed. You people have this picture perfect fantasy of America that says we fought the British for our independence. We also fought each other, but not over slavery, even though the Confederate Constitution blatantly says it so. And then nothing else after that. We have always been this melting pot, which is not true. So you can sit there and deny history and deny that any of these things ever happened. But the funny thing about history is that it repeats itself when you refuse to learn from it.
Teachers out there watching this on TikTok, I know you're there. Please tell me if you are banning Black history.
Hello, teacher here. I saw one of your videos today and I thought that I'd share something with you. This week in class, I'm a teacher, by the way. I'm teaching my students how to write a literary analysis. And one of the things that I've told my children this week is that if they do not have present knowledge on a particular topic, they should not be engaging in discourse about it. Aaron, and I say this with all of the disrespect possible, it is not in your present knowledge, nor will it ever be, how Black children are doing. In a few of your videos, you always take a place as if you know what Black people are experiencing. Just because you talk to maybe one or two or a few of us doesn't give you the complete knowledge of how Black people are doing. Black children are not doing fine. White children are not doing fine. Speaking in a general sense, the education system is not doing fine. I live in the state of Texas, and about 2 years ago, Greg Abbott didn't ban the teaching of Black history. He just made it so that it was more of a choice for teachers to teach things like the I Have a Dream speech. He made it optional. Black history should not be optional. It should be mandatory because Black history is U.S. history. If you've got talking points, please be my guest, but you don't really have a hand on the heartbeat of what is happening in education right now. When something is happening that does not affect you, you do not have your hand on the heartbeat of what is happening. It is only when something is happening that affects you on a very personal level that you give a damn or that you focus on it with precision. The only reason why you're on this app talking about what's happening to Black people is for clout. You want more conservatives and more Republicans to follow you because you're saying exactly what they're thinking. Aaron, you're not Black. So it is above you to know what is happening or what happens to Black children when they are born. How our Black boys have to have the talk, and now our Black girls have to have the talk. You know, the talk on how they should deal with law enforcement, how they should watch out for white woman tears because those are a weapon, how they should be careful of neighborhoods that they go to where Black people aren't normally seen, and how they should know how to talk to people because we wouldn't want anyone to think that we're angry all the time. And I'm sure you didn't have these talks.
How do you think Black kids are feeling?
I think Black kids are feeling just fine, and I think white.
So I watched this whole video, and I had to do a stitch. He's talking about how history should be getting canceled out. Black history, Latin American history, all these different cultures of history. Yet without these cultures of history that is getting taught for these months at a time, our children wouldn't know their history. Black history wasn't introduced in school when I was in school until I was in 8th grade. That would have put it at approximately 1993. Until then, you didn't have a class that just taught Black history. You had Black History Month where they would teach you a couple little things. The history books had a paragraph maybe for Harriet Tubman. That was it. You're talking about white kids don't mind, Black kids don't mind. Trust and believe. We mind. Our kids mind. Our kids need to know their history and their future. Without our Black history taught, without our Latin American history taught, without our Asian history taught, we don't know our ancestries. We don't know what's possible even in the future. Without Black history, do you know how many inventions would be accredited to white folk doing? And most of the inventions out here were done by Black people. Hell, Washington Carver went and, hundreds of uses for a peanut. Ain't no white person thinking of that shit. So while you're sitting there saying that, oh, people aren't inherently racist, no. But if the history isn't taught to them outside of the home, their racist ass parents will instill it into that child. We have to learn. We have to grow. And without our histories being taught to us, that doesn't happen. You read the history books and they're just like, oh, okay, so slavery happened, but here, let's go on to the Industrial Revolution. You get a chapter on slavery and you get in the rest of the book on just white people. Yes, we need our Black History Months. We need our Mexican History Months. We need our Asian History Months. We need our Cultural History Months because it ain't put in our books. The school system is built for white children. It is not built for a culture of children. It is built for white people. If we don't give our Black children, our Mexican children, and our other culture children their history, it gets lost. Once it gets lost, they're lost. Don't ban this shit.
How do you think Black kids are feeling?
I think Black kids are feeling just fine, and I think...
And how do you know how Black kids are feeling? Are you Black? Do you know how I feel? Do you know how any Black person feel? No, you're just assuming how we feel because our history is slowly being eradicated and erased. Aaron, this is the 11th day of Black history, and you do not know how Black kids feel. Because I don't think for the life of me, you ever been around Black children, Black teenagers, or Black young adults in your life. You're just assuming you know how we feel. And you think we're doing fine. No, we're not. During the time of Black history, we only got 1 week. Then in 1976, Gerald Ford gave us a month, which was the shortest month of the year. If we're lucky, get leap year. So we tried to fit the curriculum the whole month of February. Black kids need to learn about their heritage and their history, whether it makes white kids feel uncomfortable or not. And for the life of me, it's like you like villainizing Black women, especially Black women like Whoopi Goldberg, because she tells the truth on white people like you. And then you got your little fan base and oh, I agree with you, Aaron, 100%. Even they don't know how Black kids feel or Black children feel. You can't assume that because you're not Black. So stay in your lane, Aaron. Stay in the white lane. Stay out of Black folks' lane.
Teachers out there watching this on TikTok, I know you're there. Please tell me if you are banning Black history.
You just can't help yourself, can you? You know full well that teachers aren't banning Black history. Their state governments are. Let me ask you something. When did you first hear about the Tulsa Massacre? Did you learn about it in school, or did you learn it after HBO's Watchmen aired? What about the Rosewood, Slocum, and Wilmington massacres? Were you taught about that? Were you taught about why so many artists and poets from the Harlem Renaissance left the U.S. to go find more opportunities abroad? Were you even taught what the Harlem Renaissance was? If you weren't taught those things, I want you to ask yourself why. U.S. history is not history, it is propaganda. We are only taught what the majority is comfortable with us learning. Because if we were to learn the truth, we might realize that America is not as great as we were taught it was. Well, anyway, this has been Doc for Diesel Punk Industries saying you still suck at Black History Month. Thanks for watching, and as always, Crunchy White Pimp forever.
Yes, I think they've all said it all. So the fact that this guy thinks he's an authority to speak on Black issues or on how Black kids are feeling, I think that was even what offended people the most. With a lot of his videos that I've seen, even with this particular one, he just has this mindset and he doesn't back them up with facts. He says different things that end up contradicting themselves and just showing how ignorant he is at the end of the day. Sir, Your racism is showing. Please just stop. Anyways, you guys, I'm interested in hearing what you guys think about that whole video, what he had to say about Black History Month as a whole. I see no reason why he has a problem with a month, the shortest month in the year, being set aside to celebrate Black history, to teach Black history, and to appreciate the contributions that Black people have made in America and all of that. Well, I see no reason why he should be disturbed by that, but obviously somebody is pressed, and believe me, he's not the only one that is pressed. He's just the one that we have seen right now that I came out to talk about it. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'll be reading your comments. Let's have a conversation down below. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, turn on notifications. That way YouTube will let you guys know whenever I have a new video up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.